Welcome to lecture on management and entrepreneurship for IT industry. In this session, I will discuss the meaning of project and project identification and also how to select the project. Module 4 is about preparation of project and enterprise resource planning. Here we discuss or we learn about what is project and the enterprise resource planning. In preparation of project and enterprise resource planning, we will study about the meaning of the project, what are the steps in project identification and how to select the project. Then we learn about the need and significance of project report and how to write the project report, that is what are the content of the project report. Then we study about the guidelines by planning commission for writing the project report. Then we discuss about enterprise resource planning and there we learn about meaning and importance of ERP and also we learn about the functional areas of management like marketing and sales, supply chain management, finance and accounting and human resource management. Then we learn about different types of report generation in ERP and what are the methods followed in generating the enterprise resource planning report. First, let us see what is project. An entrepreneur takes numerous decisions to convert his or her business idea into a running concern. His or her decision making process starts with project or product selection. The project selection is the first cornerstone to be laid down in setting up on an enterprise. The success or failure of an enterprise largely depends upon the project. Project has many definitions. Any undertaking with a definite starting point and defined objective by which the completion is defined is called a project. A project is a whole complex of activities involved in using resources to gain benefits. The World Bank has defined project as an approval for capital investment to develop and facilitate to provide goods and services. A project is an appraisal for investment with the definite aim of producing a flow of output over a specified period of time. Projects can differ in their size, nature of objective, time duration, and complexity. The project definition should consist of the following keyword. The project will have a course of action, project will have a specific set of objective, and project will have definite time perspective. Every project has a starting point and ending point with specific objective. So, while writing the definition of the project, the following keyword should be mentioned, that is, project is a course of action and it has set of objectives or goals and project is associated with time perspective and project has a starting point and ending point. Now let us see what is project life cycle or phases of the project. The project life cycle refers to a logical sequence of activity to accomplish the project goal or objective. A standard project typically has the following four major phases. They are initiation, or it is also called birth phase, planning phase, execution or implementation phase, and lastly, closure or exit phase. Taken together, these phases represent the path a project takes from beginning to its end and are generally referred as project life cycle. Once the recommended solution is approved, a project is initiated to deliver the approved solution and a project manager is appointed. In the next phase, that is planning phase, where the project solution is further developed in much detail as possible, the steps necessary to meet the project objectives are planned. In this step, the team identifies all of the work to be done, the project task and the resources requirement are identified along with the strategy for producing them. During the third phase, that is implementation or execution phase, the project plan is put into motion and the work of the project is performed. It is important to maintain control and communicate as needed during implementation. The progress is continuously monitored and appropriate adjustments are made and recorded as various if any variance from the original plan. The final closure phase, the emphasis on the releasing the final deliverable to the customer or handing over the project documentation to the business, terminating supplier contract, re releasing the project resources and communicating the closure of the project to all of the stakeholders. Now, what is project management? Project management is a specialized branch of management capable of differentiation from the other based on the variety of factors which include the organization structure, the process of planning and control, human relation, etc. The project management deals with project identification, selection, formulation, and appraisal. People have been undertaking projects since the earliest days of organized human activity. A project has distinctive attributes that distinguish it from ongoing work or business operation. Projects are temporary in nature. They are not an everyday business process and have definitive starting date and ending point. This characteristic is important because a large project part of the project effort is dedicated to ensuring the project is completed at the appointed time. A project is unique. Unique means that this is new. This has ever been done before. Maybe it's been done in a very similar fashion before, but never exactly in the same way. For example, a motor company is in the business of designing and assembling cars. Each model that the motor company designs and produces can be considered as a project. The models differ from each other in their features and are marketed to the people with various needs. The various phases of project management are identification, formulation, appraisal, selection, implementation, and management. Project identification. Identification of project or search of project idea is a beginning. The first and the most important step in actual entrepreneurial journey is project identification. The success or failure of an enterprise is built to an extent on a suitable project identification and selection. Establishing yourself as a successful entrepreneur depends to a great extent upon choosing a good project or idea. The idea must not only be good for the market but also good for the project and good for the entrepreneur. Most importantly, the idea should give satisfying result. Project identification is concerned with collection, compilation and analysis of economical data for the purpose of locating possible opportunity for investment. Opportunities may be additive, complementary or breakthrough. As an entrepreneur, when you are searching for an idea suitable for the commitment, background and experience, do not pursue one idea at a time. Develop five or more project ideas in parallel until one emerges so appropriate that it can be selected as project. The project ideas can be discovered from various internal and external sources. They include knowledge of potential customer needs, personal observation of emerging trends in demand of certain product, scope for the producing substitute product, trade and professional magazine which provide a very fertile sources of project ideas. The departmental publication of various departments of the government also give the idea about project identification. Success stories of known entrepreneurs or friends or relatives is also a source of project idea. A new product introduced by the competitor is also a source of project idea. Idea given by knowledgeable person are also the source of project idea. All of these sources put together may give a few ideas about the possible project to be examined as the final project. This process of identifying project ideas is referred as opportunity scanning and identification. After going through the above process, assume that we have been able to get 5 or 6 ideas as the result of the analysis mentioned above. From the 5 or 6 ideas we have in mind, finally we have to decide and choose one most appropriate and potential project idea going through the following selection process. Project selection is the process of evaluating individual project or group of project and then choosing to implement some set of them so that the objective of the parent organization will be achieved. The proper choice of investment project is crucial to the long run survival of every firm or enterprise. Daily we witness the result of both good and bad investor or investment choice. The project selection starts once the entrepreneur has generated few ideas of project. After having some ideas, these project ideas are analyzed in the light of existing economic condition, market condition, and government policy, and so on. For this purpose, a tool which is generally used called SWOT analysis is used. In SWOT analysis, the intending entrepreneur analyzes his strength and weakness as well as opportunity, competitive advantages, and threats or challenges offered by each of the project ideas. In addition, the entrepreneur need to analyze other related aspects like raw material, potential market, labor capital, location, and forms of ownership, etc. Each of these aspects has to be evaluated independently and in relation to each of the aspect. In this forms a continuous and back and forth process takes place. Finally, the most suitable idea is selected to convert it into an enterprise or project. The process involved in selecting a project out of few projects is also called as zeroing in process. A few important criteria are listed for project selection process are technology, investment size, location, plant and machineries, marketing, etc. First, we'll see technology for selection process. The project chosen should not be for a product which requires sophisticated technology necessitating foreign technical collaboration. It is better to go in for a product with a proven technology that is available and where the entrepreneur himself is well versed with required technology. That is, a entrepreneur should choose a product which is known to his business organization. While deciding a project, the entrepreneur should assess the availability of high quality plant and machineries. Entrepreneurs should not plan to use an imported plant or machinery because the problems and delays inherently associated with the imports may happen. One should remember that one should not compromise the quality of equipment even if they are little expensive in the beginning. Later, they may pay back in the long run due to uninterrupted working. The choice of poor quality equipment leads to frequent breakdowns. So, plant and machinery should be chosen based on the availability of high quality plant and machinery. One should not plan to use imported plant and machinery. It may lead to some of the problem, and also one should not compromise on the quality of equipment used. Next is marketing. The success of an enterprise finally depends on the marketing capability of the goods chosen. In the initial stages, one should not choose a product which involves direct selling to a large number of ultimate customer. One should choose a product with limited number of industrial customers or established customers. Next important criteria for project selection is investment size. This is the very important criteria to decide the success or failure of the project. The entrepreneur should assess the economical size of the plant and the total investment required, and should assess his financial capability to pool in at least about 25% of the investment required for the project. He should assess the financial capability of his enterprise. Hence, entrepreneurs should select such projects which are within his financial resources. Like, location is the important criteria in selection of the project. The location chosen should have good infrastructure facility, transport facility, communication facility, and it should have good power availability, and it also should have required labor and water facility to choose the correct location for the project implementation. That is, it is advisable to select a location nearer to a bigger cities or industrial areas, so that setting up an enterprise in remote, rural or backward areas may be difficult when compared to the industrial area. So, in summary, we have discussed or we have learnt about what is project. That is, a project is defined as a scientifically involved work plan devised to achieve a specific objective within a specified period of time. And also we have learned what is project life cycle or project management phases, and also I have discussed about project identification steps and how to select a project from generated ideas. Thank you.